Joke? Does anybody want to hear a dad joke? A few people at JD. And why do you have a Thunders jersey on with Durant? Wasn't he traded? Colin, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. You can wear that. That's fine. Yeah, loyalty to Thunder or Durant. Which one? Thunders or Durant? Not so much Durant, yeah. Yeah, that's horrible to see players get traded like that. All right, so let's look through my dad jokes. And I wrote them down. That's how lame dad jokes are. They're corny and cheesy, and they're funny because they're stupid. I think that's why. So, and dads, good dads, write them down like I did. Actually, I typed mine out because I'm cool like that. And so, this joke is actually kind of factual too, a little bit about Kansas. But did you guys know at one time it was against the law to serve ice cream on cherry pie in Kansas? I don't know if it's still a law, but it used to be. And so my joke is, so pie in Kansas can only be served a la no mode. Ah, thank you. You can clap if you want. That's fine too. So, okay, let's see. Also, this is more just factual, but Kansas is actually the birthplace of Pizza Hut. Anybody like Pizza Hut? A few people, yeah, okay, whatever. I like Pizza Hut. That's pretty good pizza. Okay, next joke. What do lawyers wear to court? Anybody? They wear lawsuits. Get it? Law and suits? Yeah, hilarious. Yeah, yeah. This is probably my last time emceeing. I don't think I can top myself after this, so might not be here again next year. But anyway, I think most people are being ushered back in now, so we're gonna hear some stories of just stories of people. Like, we like to invite people to come up, kind of share their story. If you're in a Christian world, it's called testimony, but that sounds too fancy, so we just say story because that's kind of like what Ray was doing up here, sharing story of their lives and how creators interacted and intersected and changed our lives. And so I'm going to invite Hillary actually to come up and she'll introduce our next segment.
I don't know, Donnie. You don't want to?
You can clap for Hillary.
Oh. I don't know. Donnie's so on fire. He should have just kept going. So Ray has been talking to us about the feelings we have in our heart and also what it means to live in a healing way. I think he said a lot of times we're half healed and maybe we feel like ashamed about that, but hey there. As we follow Jesus, it's more like walking in a path of healing where it's a continual process. And today we're going to hear from some folks that have been on that process and are at a point where they're ready to share a little bit of their story with you. And I know everyone in this room has a story of healing that they're on. So we just picked two people at random, but I know any of you could get up here and say something really powerful. So our first storyteller is Bobby Gray Eagle. Bobby, where'd you go? Right there. Come on up. Many of you know him because he works with nations, and he has been working with nations for 4 years, but he just came on full time. Yay! So, Bobby is Sisseton Wahpeton Dakota Oyate, and he lives at Cannonball. He's been very, oh, you live in Bismarck, okay. He serves in Cannonball, lives in Bismarck, and has been very involved at Standing Rock. He's a man of prayer. He's really been standing with the people spiritually there. So we are excited to hear what you have to say about the feelings in your heart.
Thank you. I'm going to try to, is there anyone from the Dakota Nation here? Okay, then I don't have to worry about butchering this. I'm going to try to greet you in my language. So, hao mitaki yepi, ehana wotaku yepi ki, Emakiapi, Bismarck, North Dakota, Edwati, Sisseton Wahpeton, enemy Tokanua, Hechiato Oahi. If I said that right, I said, hello, my relatives. My name is Long Ago Ancestor. I live in Bismarck, or I come from Bismarck, North Dakota. I come from the enemy swim in Sisseton Wahpeton Dakota Oyate. It's the Lake Traverse Reservation. So I think one of the things that I really feel like I need to share is just the pain. And I think that it's very important that we as Indian people or as Native people, all the tribes that are here, we process through that pain. A lot of times, there were times in my life where I felt like it wasn't okay. That's the message I got. You don't share those private things. But we do need to share those private things. And so at the end of this month, at the end of November, on the 29th, it'll be 17 years that I've been following Jesus Christ, that I've been a disciple of His. And my goodness, it's every day, every year, I am learning something new about this walk, this relationship. And He keeps driving me deeper into more uncomfortable places, and I don't like being there. I don't like feeling like a little boy, and there are a lot of times where I feel like a little boy, and I wish He'd take that away from me, but in there, like Ray was talking about, there's life there, and He wants me to process through that. So I'm going to try to, I'm going to talk to you. One of my friends, his name is Dakota Goodhouse. He's a scholar at United Tribes Technical College, and he said, Bobby, the old ones would call you a fast talker. But that's the culture I grew up in. I grew up in a city, about 60,000. I came from the reservation, and Mom brought us to the city, and I was exposed to tons of cultures, and I learned how to talk like them. I learned how to, so many different subcultures I learned how. So I'm going to speak to you really fast, but I call it, do you remember what Jesus said? Don't throw your pearls to the swine. Talks about, these spiritual truths. I think that we have those as indigenous people also. So I'm going to cast beads at you. I call it beading, and I'm going to do it fast. So, my goodness. Right now, I'm really trusting the Lord for this word I'm supposed to give you. Right now, I see me at a table, and I see my mother pushing my hair back, and she's got beer breath again. Just hear me. I love my mother very much. She's a different woman. She did the bravest thing that I've ever seen someone do, and she overcome alcohol. And she's still sober today, and I'm very proud of her. But I see her brushing my hair. I feel her brushing my hair and giving me kisses and telling the people that are around the table that she's very proud of me, that my son Bobby has such a beautiful voice. And then now I see my biological father, and he was taken out of my life really, really fast and sent to prison because he's a pedophile. And in the movie, I can't remember which one it is. Maybe it's Two Towers, but it's a Lord of the Rings, and Aragorn's talking to his snag. But they're talking. He says that I have this. I said snag because I didn't know what her name was. Someone give me her name. Arwen? What? Eowyn. Okay. So he's talking to her, and he has a crisis of belief, and he says that his blood still runs through my veins. That is a deep fear of mine. Not that I'll ever go there, but that this pedophile's blood is in my veins. And I hate it. And my mom taught me that I was never to hit a woman. And early in my teenage years, I got addicted to alcohol. It was the only place, alcohol and friends, it was the only place that I found meaning and acceptance. And I was addicted by the time I was 16. And Levi, my oldest son, arrived on my 3 days after my 18th birthday. 3 months after that, so Tanya and I were married November of '92. 3 months after that, I was unfaithful. For the first 8 years of my marriage, I took my family through a living hell. I'm a wife beater. I'm an absent father. I'm a felon. I don't have a college degree. All of these things, they haunt me every day, even being here. I recently took a Ancestry.com DNA test, and it showed that I'm 47% Dakota. And even in that, I didn't feel, I've been living in two worlds. I'm multi-ethnic and I'm a half-breed. And in both of these places, they don't accept me. And I just don't feel like I have a place in the world. And I wonder what he's doing in all of that. So I come into the church and I see this hope, this acceptance, and what God says about people once you're adopted into his family, once you believe in what Jesus did, or what God did through Jesus Christ on the cross for today, for the sins of last week, for the sins of last month, for this day that I am seen as clothed in Christ's righteousness, just because he loves me. Indeed, he delights in me, just because. And I'm telling you what, I'm just like, wow. And then he really starts showing me my heart. And showing me through, I so appreciate your words when you tell, because a lot of times Creator God speaks through our wives. He speaks to those that are around us. So I was sharing with my wife this past week. I said, I'm just struggling. This individual said this, and they said this, and they said, and she's listening, and she's hearing all of this, and she says, Bobby, you struggle in those same ways too, but in a different way. Oh. Can you go back to watching Law and Order right now? I don't feel like talking. But Tanya and I, and please pray for my wife Tanya. Tanya is in a cancer fight, and I share that because there's power in prayer, and the more people that I have praying for my wife, I just envision Atewaka, our Holy Father, reaching over to the Lord and says, "Send help." But Tanya is the most visible sign of God's goodness to me on this earth. And God speaks through her in so many ways. At the end of the month here, it'll be 17 years that I've walked with this unseen Father. And he's been the most real thing that I've known. I didn't know what it was like. I saw, just to backtrack a little bit, one of the gentlemen that came through my life, and I'll never forget his name. His name is Marvin. I was knocking on the door, trying to wake my mom up, and he comes out. And I think I was about 6 or 7, and he grabs me by the throat, and he tries choking me out. So all through my life, I've seen these examples of different men come throughout my life and see what it's like to have these different variations of what it means to be a dad, or these different things that I perceived. These are what a father does. And here this unseen Father, this Atewaka, comes, and I have not even seen him, and he's made me a father in the eyes of my sons. He's repaired that marriage. He took me to a place in the federal government in a job and gave me. I had a person recently say, "Bob, you were raised up like Joseph, but in the federal government." I don't have a degree. And God gave me a position of authority within the federal government where I was responsible for 200 federal employees without a degree. He raised my support. I raised my support to join Nations Movement with Crew like that. And he knows my heart. He knows these things that I struggle with, and he knows how dark I can get and the deep bends and curves, and yet I am still welcomed I'm still welcomed into this place. So I just want you to know it's a journey. We're all on it together, and there is life when we share with one another. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. You all know it takes courage to get up and do what he just did, so let's give him another round. The next person I'd like to call up is Shailene Holstrom from Naknek, Alaska. Shailene is Yupik, Aleut, and Filipino, and she has been part of WJEF for 4 conferences? 3? Is this your 4th? Since the beginning. She's a veteran, and she's been part of the band for the last 2 conferences, and she is a women's Bible study leader on her campus and an advocate for people who have gone through sexual assault. So she is a brave leader, and she's here to tell us a little bit about her journey this year.
Oka, my Yupik name is Dukni Dalre, which means one just as strong. And my English name is Shailene Holstrom. I'm from Naknek, Alaska. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie, but that's why I'm sitting down. So I don't know where to begin either. I guess I'll say that I love all the words that you're saying, like, yeah, it's just really hard to even receive, like, those words and actually, like, listen to them and, like, take it in, because I feel like I'm in that stage of, like, I don't know if I could feel, and I've been like questioning that a lot. So like, oh, can I really feel anything? Because then I don't wanna. But so I guess like this past year has been one of the hardest years. Sorry. But yeah, it's been really hard. I ended up getting assaulted, and the first thing that came to my mind the first morning was I either let this destroy me or I say something. And so I decided to say something. And it was just like, it was really hard because I didn't know what I felt. I didn't know how to say it. So then I just like ended up saying it, and then I was like really scared, and then like through the healing process of this whole year, like it took me months to actually feel like to feel anything, like the pain or the sadness or shame or guilt. Instead, I just like went on with life, not knowing how I got through it. Like I look back at it now and I'm just like, how did I even do that? How did I even pass my class? And it's just like really, really hard, but God was there when no one else could have been. Like when everyone else was busy with their lives, I depended on God a lot. And that's something that is pretty cool. He was like the main light. He was my main person that I went to, that I cried to, that I talked to, and every time I talked to him or prayed to him or something, he was there, and I felt him, and he like that peace. I felt that peace, and I felt like somebody was hugging me, and like nobody was around. But it's just like, I can't believe how much God has been there for me. And so like I was thinking about the lies that you were talking about, and like I believed all those lies. I believed that I didn't belong. I believed that I wasn't going to be loved. I believed that I forgot what the other lies were, but yeah, it was just like so overwhelming. And there was to a point where I almost decided that I wonder if anybody would notice if I was gone. And I would ask myself that quite a bit. I wonder if anybody would notice if I was gone. And that was really hard because I don't know, but but I'm here, and I'm healing, and I'm still in the process. I don't even know where I'm going, and usually I'm that person where I know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I know what I'm gonna do next month. I know what's gonna happen. But like now, I don't know what's gonna happen. And it scares me. It scares me so bad. That's why I have so much anxiety, and I dealt with depression, and I had nightmares. I had insomnia. I had a hard time sleeping, and then that led to drinking. I ended up drinking because it helped me sleep, but then at the end, it made my anxiety worse. And so then I was like, okay, this is not helping. I gotta do something different. So then I decided to get a therapy dog, and she has been my little helper. And her name is Gypsy. She's been my little helper, and she's like my little soul. Like, I don't know what I would do without her. And she helped me to get out of my depression. She helps with my anxiety, and all those other things that I've been dealing with. Like, she gets me up every morning, even though I'm like, I don't want to get up for the day or anything. But I don't know what else to say other than that God has been there. He's been there with me throughout this whole process, and he's still here. And I don't know what I would have done without him.
Stay here for a second while I get through. I just wanted to give Shailene a gift to honor the story she just told, which was very brave. And I'm from Massachusetts. I live right by the ocean, and there used to be a lot of glass factories along the coast, and so people would throw their trash into the ocean. And now, when you walk on the beach, there's a lot of shards of glass that have washed up, but over the years they get kind of soft from being in the ocean for a really long time. So I think they're really beautiful, and I make earrings out of them. But I like the symbolism of sea glass because I think God takes the things in our life that are broken, and he creates something beautiful. And I see that in your life, that there's been a really difficult breaking that happened to you that was not your fault, but you have allowed the love of God to wash over you in that process, and he is making something really beautiful inside of you. So we're going to move into a ceremony now that if you've been at WJEF before, you're familiar with. You see all the blankets we have on stage. And a lot of you are feeling a lot of different emotions after Ray's talk and hearing what Bob and Shailene shared may have brought up pain in your own heart. And we want you to know that as the staff of WJEF, but also people from all over the country who you haven't even met, but who are praying for you this weekend, we want you to know that we love you, but also we like you. And what Ray shared, that's true from all of our hearts, that we love each one of you, but we also like you. And we like you when you're depressed, we like you when you're angry, we like you when you're crying. And in all the painful things you're feeling, we like you and we love you, and we want to show you that with a symbol just of Creator's care for you. So I'm going to ask some of the elders that are in the room, if Ray and Elaine and anyone else who is an elder here, if you'd come forward. And if the musicians are back there, if they want to come and sing while we do this. So if you're not a student, we have enough blankets for students. So if you're not a student, I would just ask that you make sure all the students get blankets. So just refrain from taking one until we're sure everyone has one. So just, they'll come around and put them around you individually, or no, are we having them come up? Okay, because of the seating. So when you're ready, you can come forward and an elder will give you a blanket. They'll put it around you as a symbol of their love for you and of how much we like you. I'll say a quick prayer, and then you can come forward as you feel like it. Creator, we come to you with our whole hearts and everything that's inside of them right now, with joy and with pain, with happiness and with sorrow and with things we're trying to run away from. But we bring them to you, and we ask that you would cover us with your wings, that you would be the mother eagle hovering over us, and that we would feel your hug.
You want to start it? Way oh way. Can't you see that my soul needs healing? Way I will be strong for you and me. Way oh hey oh way hey oh way. Can't you see my soul needs healing? Yahweh, I will be strong for you and me. Hey oh hi oh hi. Hey oh hi. Hey oh hi oh hi. I am here to hear your love and hear your pain. Hey Yahweh, I will sing. Everything will go away, Yahweh. Hey oh hi, hey oh hi, oh hi, Yahweh. Hey oh hi, hey oh hi, oh hi. Can't you see our souls need healing, Yahweh? I will be strong for you and me, Yahweh. You want to pick up? Your turn? Okay. I can just wing it. Oh, just keep playing chords and I can just sing to it. We all need your healing. We are not afraid. We go through everything. We are strong. We can carry on. When you sing na 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 na, I messed up. My bad. If I had a piano, I could do this. I don't have a piano. I'll just, yeah, okay. By the fire. You got it? Thanks. I was like, where'd it go?
One that I've been searching for all my days. There's a seed in the family feet have been washed with truth. This my Father's house, where I find my rest. This my Father's house. Oh, how I've longed to dwell in it. For all my defeats, for every excuse.
So if you're not a student and you would like a blanket, you are now welcome to come up because we have enough for everybody up here.
Abuse. Oh, on glorious day, my eyes will fall upon the glory of the King and all that He has done. This my Father's house, where I find my rest. This my Father's house. Oh, how I've longed to dwell in it. And I know I've wandered far from the shelter of your loving arms. Please, Father, hold me close. Don't ever let me go. And I know I've wandered far from the shelter of your loving arms. Please, Father, hold me close. Don't ever let me go. I long to hear you say that I am home.
Does it work? Hello, everyone. My name is Miko Berkler, and I would like to share a song for everyone. And I'll kindly ask you if you could please stand for the time being. Oh, thank you.
Donnie's gonna come up and give some announcements soon, but I wanted to say that if anyone's feeling like they could use some personal attention to talk about whatever's going on in your heart or to receive prayer, during the small group time there will be prayer ministry people available on stage. And so if you feel like you need to break off from the program and just come get some prayer, that will be available.
Thank you, for all of this. Thank you, Bobby, again, and Shailene for being brave enough to share your stories. And I wish I could say those were isolated incidences, but they're probably not, knowing our history and where we all come from. Either you're living in the same stories they're in, or you know someone who's in that story right now, and that can be difficult. So let's also thank our elders for being here for us, and give them a round of applause. Just such a beautiful thing to see them kind of still teach us. And I remember hearing one man, I can't remember who said it, but they were telling the difference of an elder and an old person. They said an old person is grouchy and they don't teach you anything. An elder is grouchy, but they teach you something. And so I think, I don't know how grouchy these ones are, but they're very, very helpful to be here for us and to teach us by blanketing us, so thank them. And they're here for you guys too. Like, we wanted to invite as many of them as we could, just so they're here for you guys to see them and to gain some wisdom and some knowledge. And they usually have funny jokes, inappropriate, but funny jokes too. They're great, so I'm glad we have so many elders here. And so so again, prayer ministry, if you guys are, it stirs up quite a bit of feelings, just know that they're here too to pray for you, and I'm sure they wouldn't turn you away. They have a willingness to teach us, but also pray for us. So I have quite a bit of announcements. I'll try to get through it. There's a lot, so just bear with me. Okay, so right after this time, when you're dismissed, you'll have small groups, and I hope you guys have your small group leaders. If not, you can probably come see me or Megan, and we'll find you your group. So just find your small group leader after this, and I'm guessing you'll go somewhere. For Ewan McFadden's group, they're going with Adam Rappeljay. So just know if you're with Ewan's group, you're in a different group. I think just for this session only. Next is, we're having lunch at Lighthouse today at... I don't know, same places. So for small group time, just go to the same rooms you were in last night. I still don't know where those are. So hopefully you guys do. It's somewhere the building this way. Oh, you're not supposed to point because we're native. That's why I point with our lips, right? Okay, so oh yeah, point with your lips. No, for the small groups. Yeah. Okay, confusing. Okay, small group people, go find your rooms after this time when I dismiss you. Yeah, so you don't use your fingers, you point to lips. Inappropriate. Anyway, so after this, we're also having, after your small groups, we're having lunch at the Lighthouse, and that's at 12:30? 12:45. So just head over there about 12:30 with your groups. Feel free to sit with your groups. And lunch is that way. Again, where the buses, I think they dropped you off over there. Did they drop them off over there? That's where they picked them up. So where the buses picked you up last night, just go out that way, and then behind, the building closest to where you get dropped off is the cultural center. Right behind that is the church. And so just see the mass exodus of people. Just follow them. I'm sure they'll find out where that church is. And so that's lunch this afternoon, and then tonight dinner's at 5. So just be aware, at 5 o'clock is dinner tonight. We're going to get started about 6 after that, after dinner. And then today, from 2 to 4, don't forget to get your Haskell gear. That's 2 buildings this way, Tecumseh. Kind of on the bottom floor where we ate the first night, there's a gift shop. And they're going to open it for us today, so come get your gear like I did. Got my Haskell shirt in the back, see? So you can get that there. They're having a pretty good sale there, too. So from 2 to 4, don't forget to get your Haskell gear. And then this afternoon, you guys have there's a bunch of things to choose from. So there are some people that are going to have some just straight up free time. And if you're wanting to stand in solidarity with people like Cannonball, they're making a video called Would Jesus Stand with Standing Rock? And I believe Hillary is kind of in charge. She's over here. So come find her about what time you think? Like after lunch, maybe? So yeah, after lunch, if you want to be a part of the video, meet here. So meet here if you want to be a part of the video. After that, there's also a campus tour at about 2 o'clock with Rhiannon. Where is she at? She's way up there, on top of the balcony. So find her about 2 o'clock, and she'll give you a campus tour of the whole, well, maybe the whole campus. I don't know how much time you guys have for. Starting at where?
She'll meet you at Lighthouse.
She'll meet you at Lighthouse, so find her after you guys eat your lunch. There's also making a gudik. Am I saying it right? You pick people, a gudak ice cream, and you guys, a gudak, I'm sorry, a gudak, yeah, say it low voice, a gudak. So where do they meet you guys? Are you guys be at Lighthouse too, so everything seems to be happening at Lighthouse, so thank you guys for doing that too. I'm sure it'll taste good. There's also some drumming happening with Willie and Rashawn. Can you guys stand up real quick? If they're here? Okay, there's Willie and there's Rashawn, yeah, those fine-looking gentlemen. They'll be drumming somewhere in the gazebo, I heard. Inside the gazebo, is that good? Yeah, sure, okay. Yeah, Willie gives it okay. So there's drumming, and then there's also, this is where I'll be playing basketball at the outdoor court, and I think it's that way again, behind that one hall. OK Hall? OK Hall, okay, so we'll be playing basketball there. So that's where I'll be a lot of fun. So my dad joke is, don't be like Cinderella and run away from the ball. So, just like your coaches said in high school, run to the ball, like when you set screens. Anyway, we'll make more jokes over there. So, any more last minute announcements before we dismiss for small groups? Okay.
If you want to be part of the video, but you want to do something else at 2, that's okay. I'll probably be around for a couple of hours just filming people as you come by. Come by whenever it's time.
So come by if you want to be a part of the video. And there's fry bread making at Lighthouse. So if you're a good fry bread maker, please come show your skills. Make some dough, fry up your hands, something like. I don't do that, but anyway. So yeah. So I think now is small groups. So please find your small groups. And again, at Ewan McFadden group, just join with Adam Rappelj. Adam, do you want to stand up real quick? So that's if you're in Ewan's group, you're now with his group. So go find him afterwards. Okay, pop quiz. What time's dinner? 5 o'clock. What time are we starting? 6 exactly. And did everyone bring their stuff for cultural sharing tonight? No? Okay, well, brought yourself. That's all you need. So I guess, I don't know, if you need a ride, come see me. I'll try. I can't guarantee anything to run you back to the hotel and back, but yeah, come see me if you have any more questions. That's why I'm here. So thank you all. Have a good small group and a good lunch. Thank you.